Okay, we've got to talk about what's going on in Peru. There is new information, new photos, new videos, new analysis of what is going on with these crazy alien attacks in Peru. So let's talk about it. Get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like, please subscribe, share in social media, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Okay, starting off, here is a photo and some analysis that I will play for a few moments of a supposed being in Peru. This is supposedly one of these beings, possibly one of these silver-suited beings. They appear as light beings sometimes, as beings of light, and people have even started to get videos. This is supposedly a photo, or I should say photos of them, not video, of one of these beings. So let's hear about it. Okay, new plan. There was some music playing in the background of that video, so I can't share the audio of it, but it's very simple. The man heard a noise and he went outside to see what it was. He sees this luminous being and he takes a picture. The whole thing lasts about 20 seconds, but from it we get this amazing picture, if indeed this is a legitimate picture. The piece goes on to talk about how the locals have also seen black helicopters in the area, which is very interesting to me. Okay, so that answers my question from yesterday when I posed the question, well, where the hell is the control group, right? Where is the U.S. involvement? I think the control group is a multinational effort, but the U.S. certainly seems to be leading the way with the control group, and it is the tip of the pyramid. Well, beings are probably the tip of the pyramid, but here we go. There is actually a presence of the control group here in this region with these attacks. This is the first time I have heard this reported with these current attacks going on in Peru, is the black helicopters and the overt presence of what must be the control group. So what is the control group doing there? Well, we don't know. Often they will attack UFOs. Sometimes they are working with the occupants of the UFOs. So in this particular case, are they hostile toward these beings that are terrorizing the locals? Are they friends of these beings that are terrorizing the locals? Or are they just trying to figure out what the hell is going on like the rest of us? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But at least we know the control group does seem to be there, which would have shocked me if they weren't. Why am I actually reassured that the control group is on it? I don't know. Meanwhile, here's some pictures of the locals that you may or may not have seen. Now, according to local media, members of the community are conducting night patrols to protect the women, children, and the more vulnerable villagers. Pictured, armed locals guard the area after the reported alien attacks. And you can see them carrying their weapons. Here's one man that was injured by one of these beings. Pictured a man with bandages around his head who was supposedly attacked as helped by two other villagers. Why was he attacked? What were the beings hoping to get out of this? Whether they were human or inhuman, why did they attack this man and others? What is their goal? What is their agenda? And it looks like the Peruvian officials are there. There are actually soldiers that have arrived by boat. You know, we've been told that it was like a 10-hour boat ride to get to this village. Well, they have arrived, and they are trying to figure out what's going on like the rest of us, and maybe even put an end to it. So far as I know, these attacks are still ongoing, so I guess they haven't put an end to it. Here's the 15-year-old girl who was attacked, and we still don't know why she was attacked or that other gentleman. I do have some further thoughts or ideas about her particular attack, since a knife or some sort of blade was used against her. And, that seems so unlikely, in all my research into UFO abductions and alien abductions. I don't remember a knife ever being used to threaten a person with, so that it seems so unlikely to me, and one possible piece of evidence that these are not aliens conducting this, that this is some sort of clandestine group of humans, control group or something like that, that is doing this. But at the same time, these beings have been caught on camera, like you just saw, potentially that weird light being, also the gray looking being, and I will get to the analysis of that being in a moment. But it is just as likely, if not more likely at this point, that this is actually being conducted by non-humans. And the locals, of course, have the local folklore about the face peeler. And if you search for it, I'm not going to play the video, but there is actually video of a body being dragged from the river with its face peeled. And I don't know if that is a real video or a fake, but it is certainly very alarming, very frightening, very graphic image, where you can see this man, this corpse with his face peeled off. And that is the local legend of these beings, these mythical or possibly not mythical beings that will attack people, abduct people, and peel off their faces. So, if this woman was attacked with a blade, was this being in the process of peeling off her face? Could those be real instances in a real phenomenon conducted by real beings for some unknown purpose? Or was it just a guy with a knife pretending to be an alien? I don't know. You let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But we do have a lot more news coverage of this. Here's an article from the Express. I'm not going to read it, but I will link to it, and you can read it at your leisure. And here's an article, another article from the Daily Mail. So, as you can see, this story is getting some play. Unfortunately, there's no new information in any of these articles, so I'm not going to bother reading them, but it is worth noting that this story is gaining traction. It also appears that the UFOs themselves have been caught on camera. And this video has some music playing, so I'm not going to play the sound, but here we go. We are going to get to see these ships that these beings are operating out of, and you can see them just right there moving off. What is going on? So I mean, these aren't just some thugs. This isn't just the cartel. There you go. There's the actual video playing of the ship motoring off over there, and that is and performing weird maneuvers, going back and forth anomalously as these things do. Yeah, I mean, the video quality isn't great. Could that be CGI? Could that be a hoax? Sure, absolutely. I don't think it is. But, yeah, there you go. There is a UFO, I believe, a genuine UFO that these beings are operating out of. And that is exactly what the locals are reporting, is that they will fire at these things, these beings, and the bullets will have no effect. And sometimes they'll get tired of being shot at and they'll shoot off in their UFOs. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below if you think this is a real UFO or if this is a hoax. Meanwhile, we also have some more analysis of the being that was caught on camera.
Just looks like something with multiple limbs and possibly large black eyes, but it also seems to be morphing or changing in shape, which I don't know if that is some kind of distortion caused by the movement of the flashlight, but there seems to be something there. And I slowed down the footage so that you can take a closer look in slow-mo. I don't know what this is. However, according to reports from Peruvian news agencies over the past 48 hours, there seems to be multiple people in this town that literally were busting caps in these intruders' asses.
Oh, we got music. Okay. Yeah, what is that thing? What is that? Do you think it's changing shape? Or is it just bad video? A lot of these beings are more amorphous and more multidimensional, and they do seem to have shape-changing abilities. I've often wondered in some of the reports if that was not a mental projection of theirs, if they were physically changing shapes or if they were simply giving that impression in the viewer's mind. But maybe they really do physically change shapes. It's also important to know that the U.S. government has done some shady stuff similar to what's going on in Peru right now. Is that what's really going on? Do I think that it's a human actor doing this? I don't know. But the CIA simulated UFO abductions in Latin America as psychological warfare experiments. And here we go. Here is a quote from Jacques Vallée's book, Forbidden Science 4. In an entry dated July 26, March 1992, Vallée writes, I have secured a document confirming that the CIA simulated UFO abductions in Latin America, Brazil, and Argentina as a psychological warfare experiment. I wish I had more information about that, but I don't. Richard Doty has also talked about similar things. If you have a link to a better source of information about the U.S. Staging fake alien attacks, please link to it. I've seen the Richard Doty material, so if you can find some additional material to share, I would love to see it. On the other hand, I don't really think this is a guy in a mask. I really think this is probably a genuine non-human. But that's just my take, guys. Let me know what your take is in the comments below. So what's the upshot? What do we know so far? Well, we know pretty much what we knew yesterday, that the locals are being terrorized by these beings that are attacking people with no particular agenda that we know of. We do have some additional information now. We have, a picture like this, for example, where there do seem to be these luminous, tall beings able to be captured on camera. We also have reports that there are indeed black helicopters in the area, hinting that the control group is on this and that they are investigating or trying to stop it, or hell, maybe even encourage it. We just don't know what the control group is up to, what agreements they may have or not have with the beings that are causing this, assuming they are non-human beings and not the control group themselves. I don't put it past the control group at all to carry out stuff like this. I don't know what their agenda would be, what their motivation would be. Could it be a warm-up to some sort of false flag alien invasion? Are they, getting their teeth ready for it? I don't know, guys. What do you think? Whatever the case, these things seem to have their own ships. Multiple residents have reported seeing that, whether this video is authentic or not. So if these are humans, they must be the control group or control group adjacent, if I can say that, because they have access to high technology. But based on the photos and the videos and the witness accounts who have seen these things, sometimes they are described as more insect-like, then they don't seem to me to be humans. This appears to be a true non-human event. But why? Why would beings do this? What are they getting out of it? Are they beings that thrive off of fear and pain and horror and, terror, and they feed on that negative psychic emotion, so they're trying to evoke it? Or are they getting something more material out of it? Are they abducting people for a purpose? When they tried to seize that young woman, were they about to abduct her? Were they going to do some terrible, gruesome thing? Or were they going to do something altogether different? According to my own research into this area and my experiences with people from this part of the world, they really seem to be tapped into some amazing stuff. And I think they have had a long interaction with the phenomenon at a fairly sophisticated level. Possibly going back to the survivors of Atlantis. I know that's going to strike a lot of people as woo-woo, but I will let you to do some research into, the Graham Hancock sort of material and come to those conclusions for yourself. But from my own research, and admittedly, these are more woo-woo type researches, remote viewing, talking to shamans, etc., but it appears to me that the people of that area have had a long-standing interaction with the phenomenon, and a lot of that has been very positive. But there's jerks in every bunch. And so if you're going to attract the good, you're probably also going to attract the bad. So could that be what's going on here? I don't know, guys. This is a really weird case, still ongoing, still developing. I will let you know as soon as I get more information on it. If you see it before I see it, please let me know, because I'm starved for information on this crazy case. So so let me know. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Do you think this UFO footage is legitimate? Do you think the photo of the light being, or whatever it is, it could be one of those guys in silver, and this is simply how it appears on the photograph? What do you think about the video of the gray type alien? Is that legitimate? Is it morphing? Is it changing shape? Is it one of the people in these silver suits that is conducting these attacks? Or is it opposed to those? Has it been drawn in by this activity and it's either observing them or trying to stop them? And is it allied with the black helicopters in the control group? How does the control group figure into all of this? It's a puzzle, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you have enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up. I sure would appreciate it. Smash the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. I would love to see you guys there. If you want to support the channel in a bigger way, please consider becoming a channel member. Channel members are rock stars. Again, link in the description. And there are plenty of other videos to check out on the channel. I'll see you again next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road signing out.